Self-entitled at its worst. Once upon a time, on a calm beach, families joyfully soaked in the beauty of what was around them, from the sun to the shade of a few clouds and the blue of the ocean that they could see until the horizon. The beachfront was flat with sand almost akin to silt in nature, yet still strong enough to support everyone who stood upon it. At the back end of the beach were sand dunes covered in some greenery and such, blocking all view of the roads and parking lots. You could almost feel like you had disappeared from the world. Almost. Suddenly, someone is screaming. A woman. Her son is drowning. Everyone is now on edge. The lifeguard runs in towards the direction of the drowning child. After a tense minute or so, the lifeguard appears from beneath the calm surface of the ocean, bringing forth the child. Upon arriving on the beach away from the water, the lifeguard begins following protocol to try and resuscitate the dead boy. Protocol dictates that no matter what, until the person in danger is safe, no one is to interfere or get involved. Only those parts of the situation are to remain close. Everyone is to remain back. So when the mother tried to come to her child's side and was pushed away, she was quite stricken and ended up attacking one of the lifeguards attempting to save her child. How dare they push me like that? I can help, but they don't think I can because I am a woman. They think they can push me aside. I am a doctor. I can save his life better than they can. The situation is not helped by some women screaming their support for her, and she can hear it, and it inflates her even more. And none of the men standing on the sidelines are eager to get caught up in this, for fear of being labeled a woman beater, purely for voicing their concerns. The lifeguard being attacked, however, has no such hesitation. He immediately flips the situation so that he has her in his control. But now there is only one lifeguard currently trying to save the child's life, and that has greatly reduced the boy's chances for survival. The lifeguard keeping the struggling mother at bay calls for help to restrain her, but again, no one comes forth. I'm not sure if I'd have come forth in that situation, because like everyone aside from the lifeguard, I'd be more worried about how I may look if I do what is clearly the right thing. The lifeguard restraining the mother is waiting and growing more despaired with the current situation. What makes it worse is that one or two of the younger ones have taken it upon themselves to now attack him. Realizing the futility of it all, he lets go and gets sand thrown in his face as a result. The majority of women cheer, and now the mother rushes to her son's side and tells the lifeguard to back off, that she will save her son. With her new bodyguards and the idiocy now surrounding them, the female lifeguard does the right thing for her own safety and retreats. The mother then gets down to business while the two young ones rile up the crowd more. The men and some of the women are silent. They are shocked. The male lifeguard has wiped the sand out of his eyes now, and the female lifeguard has called the ambulance and is now contacting the police. The mother, sure of her ability as a new doctor, who is also a new mother, knows she has precisely what it takes to bring her child back. But as she performs CPR, unease creeps in steadily, fast, and before she has time to realize it, she's banging on her son's chest, demanding he wake up and stop pretending. She knows what she is doing, and anytime she knows what she is doing, things turn out perfectly, right? Right? Most of the women have gone quiet now. The two younger ones are joining the mother by asking the now deceased child to wake up, offering up candy as a reward, as if that will get the corpse to stop pretending. Slowly, the horror of what has just happened seeps into all the women on the outskirts that were involved. Luckily for them, they didn't actually do anything, so they were not responsible. No matter what anyone says, they didn't do anything. The two younger ones have returned to trying to reenact the idea of woman power in the crowd. It falls on deaf ears, as everyone is dispersing, and they are now within their own minds. The two younger ones cry out in frustration as more and more people back away from this political nuke that has just blown up in all their faces. The male and female lifeguards return with the police and point at the main culprits. They have explained the situation already, and the police move in. You three, you are under arrest for murder through assistance and interference. Put your hands on your head and get down on your knees. Of the two young ones, one of them does not comply. The police shout the order again. Instead, she shouts back that she refuses to bow down to the patriarchy and then rushes the male cop. The black male cop shoots the white female aggressor with a stun gun. She goes down. The mother is distraught, and as police approach her and calmly ask her to extract herself from the boy, she refuses. She refuses more until they have no choice but to pull her from her dead child, the child dead by her own hands. She fights and fights and yells, and yet the weather remained the same. Everything was as it was a few minutes ago. When the story broke out, most of the early coverage was on how a black cop bravely defended himself from a white female aggressor. There was some mention of the coup that took place due to politics being used against lifeguards. When it was found out that the male lifeguard restrained the mother, the media shifted its focus onto the misogynistic male lifeguard who prevented a mother from being with her child in his final moments. Not a single news outlet, much less a self-proclaimed TikTok or YouTube news outlet that caught the story, ever turned the focus onto how all our accumulated bullshit ideologies and politics effectively resulted in a boy's chances for survival effectively going down to zero. All for the sake of everyone else's ego and beliefs. Not one. Not a single one. Not even a person, save for the two lifeguards and the mother. But who's going to listen to individuals when the collective bombardment of information is based upon belief, speculation, spectacularization, and making sure the story sells? And who would actually go looking for the truth of the matter when we are all busy with our own shit and have to take noteworthy stories in the oversized mouthfuls that are fed to us by the media? The truth has died, and we have killed it. God may or may not exist, but if he did, not even he can save us from our own bullshit now. But that's all for this story. I hope you were able to stomach it and understand what I was trying to say about our current state of the world, particularly in the West. For those of you who may ask, why do you always say in the West, even though I've not really released many videos where I've said it? The reason being is because in the East, we have problems of different calibers that have fuck all to do with the West's idea of a problem. It isn't prioritized in the East because it is seen as stupid and unnecessary to address until other issues such as water crises, food crises, and poverty in general become things of the past. And the way my country is going, I'm not sure we will ever get to the point where we can consider what the West considers to be a problem. And on top of that, I don't want to, based on a story I just wrote, inspired by the worst I have seen and have imagined thus far in relation to Western politics and ideologies. You guys will eat each other alive before anyone ever decides to invade you. There wouldn't be much resistance anyway after you chew each other out. Either way, that's it for today. I am out. This is not anti-West propaganda, by the way. This is just my opinion on, well, the bullshit in most Western world countries. I look at y'all and it's just bullshit most of the time. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble and rant while you watch my gameplay. I appreciate y'all, even those of you who disagree with me and may even hate me some more based on the story I just wrote and put online. But I also don't care, so yeah. Either way, to all of you, I appreciate you all equally, but I like some of you a little bit more than the others. And to all of you I say, I will see you when I see you. Peace.